Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Ambitions. I hope you're having a great day today. Today, we're gonna keep expanding ourselves out because we're making a lot of money, but we can make a whole lot more. We're also gonna have this overarching goal of constantly spending as much money as we can to try to eliminate our taxable income, like taxable or whatever our tax liability is, as well as trying to minimize the negative interest for the bank. So we want to constantly be expanding. We want to constantly be spending money. And that's the trick with this, to save a lot on negative interest rates from the bank, because that will take millions away from you over time, and also to help with taxes. We want to constantly be reinvesting for growth. So that means hopefully we will see this number not really continuously go higher and higher unless we have a purchase in mind. And then also, this number should constantly be rising. So green number get bigger, white number stay roughly the same. That's the idea, okay? As part of this goal, I have just invested over $150,000 in coffee. The meme is coming to an end. I'm sorry for those of you. The meme is ending. First, though, apparently I did this for my 10 tips video and apparently didn't save the changes while I did it. So this needs to have its colors changed to like that. There we go. It's $141. And then this one is the same thing with the same handles and done. Okay, good. Now we want to go to here and we want to serve coffee. All right, so we're going to place this industrial coffee machine there, and we're going to place one there, and we're going to place another one right here. All right, that takes care of coffee for that business. Let's head over real quick. We want to go back to the none of it. We got to pick something up, and then we're going to head to our other businesses. Now there's a little bit of role play in this, okay? Again, especially if you've seen that video. If you haven't seen the 10 tips video, go watch it, right? Just because it'll help me out and it makes me look good. It's not sponsored or anything. I just think it makes me look good to have big views. Anyway, we've got 12 more industrial coffee machines inside the none of it, as well as the 4 cigar shelves. And what we're going to do with 4 of these is we are going to pretend that they are beer, all right? Like a tap coming out of a bar, okay? Like, what you got on tap? Well, come on over to the bar and find out. That's what we're gonna do with some of these, okay? So I'm gonna auto park this really quick, and we're gonna head over to here. We're gonna put 4 of them in this machine, or 4 of them on the hand cart, and we're gonna walk them back to the bar, okay? Now, I think I might need to make the bar just a little bit bigger. So I probably need to expand it out about like this instead. Okay. So I'll have another one of these will be here. All right. But for the time being, this is what my bar is going to be until I can get one more of these things delivered, or I'll just pop it. But what we're going to have here is essentially 1 coffee here. 1 coffee machine will be here. 1 coffee machine will be here. And 1 coffee machine will be on this back one over here, with the idea being that people will, we'll have a bar right here. I'm going to place another one of these right there. And the idea with this is, of course, that these are taps. We have lots of different things on tap tonight. What do you want for a beverage, right? And people come over there and they grab what they need, okay? Now, obviously, it's coffee, but we're going to say it's beer. All right. I need to see if, is Lux open? Open until 2100. I think we can get there in time. Let's go. Let's go. Move. Excuse me. Coming in hot. Into Lux we go, where we are going to grab this hand cart. And I've decided we're going to put at least 2 of these things, because, again, I want to spend money. So it's 2 the Scorpio gaming setups. And you know what? I'm actually going to taunt the other restaurants a lot by introducing 2 of the Henningsen pine cones into my pizza bar, if you will. If you can call it a pizza bar. That's what I call it. It's a pizza bar. Excuse me, sir. Very important pizza bar business. Can I whip in here? Oh, I need to learn how to use the handbrake better. All right. Let's get rid of this hand truck. We don't need it. We want two. Yep, these two. Here we go. All right. Let's bring this in to Charred. Charred. We have the Scorpio Gaming setup is going to be over like this. We're just going to have it be. Yeah, I think we'll do it about like that. And then the other one. Because we want everyone else in the restaurant to kind of see what they're doing, right? Like, whoa, cool. He's playing a cool game over there. What's that? Yeah, exactly. And then we have the Henningsen pine cones. And those are going to be replacing these lights in this row, right? So we're going to have pine cones over here. It's going to be a very, very high-end place over here. So we'll start it with the bar, actually. We'll put it like right here. And then we're just going to take this light, grab it, sell it. Take this light, grab it, sell it. And this other pine cone is going to go placed over here like this. So it's a little bit more intimate setting now over here. Lower lit. We got televisions on, right? Hopefully. I'd love to see the ability to turn these on and see, like, even if it's just like a PowerPoint presentation, like The Sims. You know The Sims, right? You guys play The Sims? I've actually heard this game compared to The Sims, which is really odd to compare that. I think they're nothing alike, to be honest. But the... like how they kind of have like a slideshow of images on the television screen while you can hear them. I would love it. The atmosphere that would provide. I just think it's great. Okay, so we've kind of got our little fun pizza bar sort of thing happening. Let's real quick. We need to whip over to our final place. And we can't do this completely yet because I need a delivery before I can do this. But I think you guys are going to really think, well, I mean, I don't know what you guys will think, but I think you're going to like what I've got planned for this place. Assuming I turn the right direction. I forgot that I was all the way over at Lux. So I don't turn left, I turn right now. There we go. Okay, so real quick, grab the cardigan, and we're going to grab industrial coffee machines. We got to do a couple of things here, okay? I'm just gonna leave him in the corner for now. Let's grab the hand truck, bring it outside. Manage storage. Here we go. Grab the cigar shelves as well. Bring those inside. Whoops! Don't leave them outside. Bring them. Nope. Grab it. There we go. Get inside. It's this thing here. It's in my way. And park it. And then we want to do this. Okay. And then real quick, I'm racing against the clock here. There's something I have to do before midnight. Okay, what we're going to do real quick, I'm going to take one of these industrial coffee machines. I'm going to plop it here. Then I'm going to pause. So now that I've got that installed, I can now set up the deliveries and logistics for it. Okay, so let's go out to Char Incorporated. We want to go to logistics. And now what we can do is we can say Chunkin' Donuts. I want to deliver coffee. Let's keep 1,000. I don't even know if we can fit that many in their storage, actually. I may need more shelving. I might need more shelving. Let's call with 800. I mean, the demand is actually quite high, so maybe not. Let's do 1,200 here. We'll try to keep that there. Actually, what I should see is how much does the coffee machine hold? Because I actually don't know that. So it holds 300. Wow. All right, 300. That's more than I thought it did. All right, in that case, though, we only need 900 in stock here. We'll do 950 just because. And then we want to go over to Charred. There are 4 of them here, and a cup of coffee is right there. So if we want to have, let's say 1,300. We'll keep a little extra in stock there. Okay, and then finally in priorities, we are going to have 8 of these machines. So I'm going to have 2,500 coffee in stock in priorities. And that's a lot of coffee, okay? Even though it's beer, all right? Not coffee, right? Our donut shop does not serve coffee. It serves beer, all right? All right, so now that we have that picked, we need to go back over to our purchasing agent and make sure that our purchasing agent is bringing in coffee at a much higher rate. So we need, let's go with 6,000 coffee. Let's keep a minimum of 6,000 in there. The only thing we're not really doing is fresh food and frozen food at the moment. We don't need any more pizza, although I could probably store more because I might use some more. Looks good. Yeah, cupcakes. I think we're fine on that. Yeah, you know what? Let's do 7,000 just because. All right. So that's our new order. Okay, so I've reorganized everything, and we made a whole bunch of money yesterday. That's good. And we should see cigars getting stocked hopefully pretty soon here. It does say that they're out, but like they should have been delivered. The only thing I can think of is that our stock room is full and we're unable to deliver that many. So let's just take a look at the shelves really quick. And it does appear as though our stock room is quite full. Wow. All right, so we're going to need a bigger stock room, and that's okay. We're going to get more shelves delivered and everything. That's fine. But the important thing here is that yeah, these are here. Let me just real quick double check. That's the important thing. Okay, so we're getting as high as 36 customers a day here, which is not bad. So we have flowers along the windows now. People can do window shopping. It's kind of like a dedicated sort of flower area. We got one over here, which I didn't do on this side, and I think I should. I think I should reorganize this to be like that. So what I'm going to really quickly do is I'm going to move the cigars over this direction like that. Just kind of move them like that. Let's get the customer out of the way. Here we go. Like that. And then we're going to slide you over like this. Expensive flowers are going to be along the wall like this. So we're really going to be able to see all of them like that. And then we'll have this one up against the wall. These cheap flowers can go... actually, put the cheap flowers against the wall. That way customers see these when they want to come into the building. There we go. And the cheap flowers can go about like that. And then this expensive flower rack will come over and be like so. All right, so we have flower section here. Then there's 4 racks for cigars, which apparently did not get put in. I'm not entirely sure. Well, right, it's because of the stock room. And then 4 cigars over here, and then another flower section, right? So the next thing to do is to fix our stockroom issues. And so that's going to require me to go get more shelving, which I cannot do until business opens, which is fine. I got $422-ish thousand here. I need to spend over $300,000 a day just to keep my bank account as low as possible. Although I can invest it. And obviously that's, you know, could also result in a loss. But so far it's doing quite well. If anyone's interested in my investments, here you go. I've made 2 different deposits. So, you know, it's 400,000 here, and it's been going up ever since, right? Getting a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit of a dip there, but whatever. And then I made another deposit and pumped it up to 907, and now it's 909. So it's, you know, we're up. Everything's good. I don't have any loans, so I just keep making investments, right? I could keep doing that. All right, so what I want to do now is we're going to go sleep in the apartment, do all that stuff, and then I need to go, and I don't really much care if we sell the cigars right now. Like I don't really mind if we do or don't. It's more like the macro of it, right? I'm in charge of the macro now, not the micro. I still have to build the shops, though. Unfortunately, there's no way to have someone else come in and set up my stores for me. That's not a service that's offered, which... Some have said, hey, that's a good idea for a service. You know, you can have them come in, design it, right? And then just have it built. To be honest, I get where you're going. I understand that. Realistic-wise, you would totally have that done. But I think that removes a lot of the gameplay from the game. I worry that that's just like, okay, cool, I can just do that. And now... You know, there's not really a whole lot of reason for me to play the game anymore, right? Like, what exactly? If you have other people build your stores for you, you have people delivering product for you, people managing your employees are managing your stores, and then, like, you take taxis to drive, right? Like, at this point, what do you do exactly in the game, you know? Just sit on your boat all day? I mean... Don't get me wrong, that's what I would do in real life here. Probably. When I was, like, retired, I guess. But, that's not exactly something that, that's not a good thing. Actually, let's get rid of that really quick. I want to take my pallet real quick here. And 4 pallet shelves. We're going to put 4 pallet shelves in here first. And then I want to go... We're going to have to get a whole bunch more storage because that store just does not have enough of these. So I think we buy 8 of these. I guess it'd be 7, wouldn't it? Because it's, you know, the clothing rack is there. We buy 7 of these. So we can put more stuff on our shelves. And then we just bop all the storage shelves in there. Can I fit more? I can fit more, right? Yeah, I can fit a whole bunch more. Let's get a whole bunch more. We're going to need more stores anyway. More shelves. It's all going to be required. So there's no waste here. Just get a bunch of them. Doesn't matter. Another $10,000. Got to spend as much as we can. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the big store, right? Oops. Here we go. Back to... Okay, I'm missing 1. That's fine. We'll just leave these 2 here. All right. Oh, I did want to address something. Because people were telling me in the comments that the IKEA cart, right? That one that holds like 8 things. A lot of you guys were saying that you can totally use them with the, that's my apartment. You can totally use them with the taxi cabs and the metro. I literally can't. If there's something with, I think it was maybe something with my installation, but I haven't been able to do that since early alpha. Well, not early alpha. I haven't been able to use that ever since it was installed in the game. Like ever since it was instituted with those bigger carts, I have not been able to use them. And I don't exactly know why that is, but I will tell you that I have since decided to try and troubleshoot it. What would happen is I would click the car, the taxi cab would stop, and then I would just sit there. My dude would just sit there. It wouldn't even go out to the map like this. It wouldn't even do that. It would just sit there next to the car and not go in until I parked vehicle, and then I could get in without the cart. And it was the same thing with the metro. I would just stand there and do nothing. That was how that was going. Why am I walking all the way there? I don't need to do that. So we're going to need to reorganize this because we need more shelving. So I'm going to go like this, and then like this, and then like this. See what I'm doing here. And again, you don't need to leave gaps like this, I don't think, but not unless, you know, if you want to access them, then you need to be able to get in there. But you know, your employees don't ever really physically access these, so you can put them closer together if you want to. But I don't care. I'm, you know, again, role playing this, so I'm going to leave them how I would do them. And how I would do them is kind of like this. If it was me in real life, I would do it like this. All right, so is that enough storage? Holy crap, they're already, like, I don't have enough. I still need more. Good thing there's 4 more shelves in my car. But holy cow, man. We need even more here. Okay, I had like a dude, where's my car moment. I thought I was closer. Oh yeah, we got a lot more in the car. Actually, let's put them back in real quick, just so I can speed this up later. That'll do. Okay, this should speed up the next. Well, actually, this is fine because there's gonna be an odd number anyway. It's gonna be 1 left anyway. So that is a proper stock room right there. That's very nice. And there is, you know, I could put this over here, I guess, but there's room for more, so I could probably fit more in there too if I need to. And given the sheer volume of cigars, I don't know, maybe it's a lot per car, probably. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to set up the coffee. Now, in order to do that, I need tables and stuff. So we're going to swing over to, let's say, should I use Ica for this? I don't want to reveal what I'm doing until the end so that you guys can go, oh, nice. But I have to kind of figure out exactly how I want it to look and how I want it to go. And I think in order to really know that information, I'm going to need to see stuff, I guess, in the stores. Okay, jerk. Because it's totally his fault, right? You jerk. Ah, wrong road. Nobody cares if I'm going the wrong way, right? No big deal. Oh, right. Remember that van I left here just in case for moments just like this? Well, too bad. All right, let's come over here and we're going to grab one of our wonderful carts. And I got to figure out exactly how I want this to go. So I think I'm going to use these. Yeah, I'm going to use these. One, not the one for the left though. Let's I almost want to use corner pieces, but I guess I'll just take 8 cabinets with doors. That's fine. I'll take 8 cabinets with doors. All right. We're going to come all the way over and check out. Oh, wow. Bet you I can't do that again. I got tricks now. All right, here's this. And I actually had no idea there were carts there. That would save me a load of time, actually, if I just went there first. I actually never saw those before, so cool. Now that I know where those are. Pop those in there and get back into none of it and head back to the big store. Okay, so I'm back in the store and I've got all the cabinets and doors in here as well as the coffee machines. So here's what I want to do. It's kind of creative, I think, anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up sort of a Costco experience, right? Talked about Costco before, but have you seen Costco set up in this game? Now, there's something really cool about Costco, all right? If anybody's ever gone into Costco, and I'm sure Sam's Club does this too, but if anybody's ever gone into Costco, you know that there's something really cool about that place. Something that everybody loves about that place. Now, some of you guys are going, oh, already. And that, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. It's exactly the effect I was looking for. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, well, you're about to. Because I'm going to set up these counters around the store. You can kind of see, you know, that I'm setting up in seemingly random positions. Not really random, but I mean, there's a little bit of strategy to it, but it doesn't really matter because unfortunately our employees are not going to be actually interacting with it. Actually, probably should move that plant. That plant is in a bad spot. Let's run over there really quick. So Costco has this this thing that they do, which is awesome. Where, I'll put it over there actually. They set up samples of products that they're trying to sell, right? So sometimes it's food, drinks, right? And you can get a sample of what they're trying to offer in hopes that they could persuade you to sell it. And a lot of times it works. Like they actually get me to sell it. They're actually get it sold quite often. And so that's what I'm setting up with these. I'm setting up the customer experience of providing samples, right, of things that we're selling. Now, this isn't really a great way to do it because we don't actually serve food here, okay? But what I'm hoping to do with this, if I'm thinking about it like a role play perspective, what I'm hoping to do is to set this up in a way that is cross-promoting my other businesses. The Priorities is owned, you know, by me, and I have food businesses. I have a brewery, or I have a, you know, which is kind of like a pub brewery kind of thing, the pizza bar, right? I've got stuff like that, and I can offer them samples. So these are coffee, yes, and we're going to be selling coffee, yes, but it is also going to be something in which we are offering a new product experience for other customers. And we are going to use this as an opportunity to cross-promote our stuff, okay? So you have to picture, right, that there are other people situated here, 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 right? There's people standing in these spots here, okay? So as people walk around this place, we're going to see none of them are actually going to interact with the coffee machines, right? None of them are actually going to sell anything, okay? But we're going to sell the product, and the product is, and now the music keeps stopping because I keep pausing it. I'm sorry. Where is the final one right here? Okay, so that gives me 8 coffee machines in here. If I take a look at this now. Should have it, yeah, 75% capacity. Sorry, not percent. 75 customer capacities back on the menu, and we have everybody still working here, and everything is fine. Okay. Okay. So now what we'll have, and you can see there's 300 cups of coffee in there, right? So now what we have are cups of coffee. And we're not likely to get these guys to leave their position to go get customers' coffee. That's not going to happen. But what is going to happen still, though, is when I leave the business, we'll sell coffee, right? And that represents the money that we're getting from this. If I'm doing a role play for it, right? The money that we're getting from this when we sell coffee at that store is not actually paying us coffee for that store, right? So like, it's going to show up as extra income for that specific store. But really what it is it translates to people going to our other businesses and buying things there. And as a result of buying things there, we'll make, more money, right? That's kind of where I'm looking at for this. So we have like a Costco experience in there now by offering samples. Hopefully that makes sense. You can give them coffee samples. Those sample stations could be, the beer. It could be a variety of different coffee. It could be wine, from our wine shelves, which we do serve. So we could have like over there by the wine. I set up those stations there. That could be a wine tasting area, This is 4th Avenue. Yeah. Okay. This is where I want to be. And so, yeah. So anyway, that's the role play behind putting coffee in that business. And so it says we made 261,000 yesterday, but that's because I was in the business for a long time, and also because, I spent a lot of money, and that counts against it, right? So, here's what I really want to look at. EconoView shows that we only made 248,000 yesterday, so that's a big drop, right? And again, it's because I'm spending a lot of time in that store. If you spend time in your store, I consider it a bug. I think other people probably do as well. But if you spend time in that store, you're going to find that your sales numbers are much lower. So don't stand in your store, get out of your store, and you'll notice your sales numbers are much higher. Okay, so I want to set up another store, right? I want to set up another place. So we have this one, of course. That one's going to do really well. I'm looking for a retail position that has a really good... I'm kind of like 50 people. I don't need a really big place. This one could be okay in Hell's Kitchen because it's got a 55 traffic index, which is great. It's only 30, but the 55 traffic index is pretty good. And we're not quite at the stage yet where we can send offers to buy buildings. I mean, $368 million is a bit outside of our price range, but I wouldn't need any marketing for that building, which is kind of nice. I could stick a bunch of stuff in there. The 30 capacity, though, is my only thing that I'm kind of like, about. Let me go and look at something that has 50 capacity would be perfect, I think. This one is big building, but not a lot of traffic. Might be good for like a web company kind of thing. I haven't actually done a web developer company, web agency, which is another type of business in this game. So what I want to do for my next 3 businesses, actually, is we're going to open up a priorities in every market or every neighborhood, okay? So what we're going to end up doing is we have priorities. This is going to be priorities Midtown. Then there's going to be priorities Garment, priorities Hell Kitchen, etc., right? So I think the next place to expand to is going to be the Garment District. If I wanted to do it, I think the Garment District would be another good place to go. And we don't have a whole lot of options here in terms of places to set up. In fact, it seems like there's only one option, and that's this one. 30 and 38 traffic score. And it's really close. It's just down the street from like both of the wholesalers. It's really close. So we could do this. Now, the thing about opening up in the Garment District, though, is like obviously the business is going to be slower. The demand for things are not necessarily as strong. If we take a look at the Garment District and we go to the demands tab, it's expensive gifts are the things they want the highest, but it's only 77%, right? We could be competing with our own gift shop too. They want some, classic cheap female clothing, right? So it's a smaller scale kind of thing. We can make money there with the Priorities brand, but we don't want to put a whole lot of investment into a lot of traffic there because it's lower in demand anyway. So on that note, having a place that is this size would be okay. That would be acceptable. Over here is where Murray Hill is, and I was looking at, I don't know if it was this building? Yeah, this building here on Murray Hill is where I was looking. So it's right across the street from this other building, which is kind of nifty. And so there's options here to expand. It's just that those buildings will be smaller. This one actually is a much bigger building, but I wouldn't want this one just because it is, I think it's too big for what we're needing. I don't think we're going to get that much traffic in Murray Hill. If I go to my demands tab, they, fresh food, frozen food, like I still don't have a grocery store. There's a lot of demand here for food, right? So, I mean, there's that option, but when you get into like the really high margin stuff that we're already used to, you're going to see it's not great. Like the clothing is not in that high of demand. The expensive jewelry is 60%, right? We have some demand for, some classic clothing and stuff, or modern clothing, I guess, but like not really the highest demand stuffs, right? Most of that stuff comes from Midtown, and coffee's going to sell really well there, I'm sure. Jewelry's going up, cigars are going up now. Everybody wants a damn grocery store. They're tired of going to El Gato for all their grocery needs. So we're going to have to fill that need probably too a little bit. So anyway, going along this note, the next priorities I'm going to set up, I think, is either going to be Murray Hill, or is it Murray Hill or Garment District? Which one? Jewelry's at 86% here. Gifts are 87. Cigars. Most of the stuff that's in high demand is food-based, although wine is, I guess, up there. And then I guess there is some of the expensive clothing, so we could do Midtown instead. Well, let's do Murray Hill instead, and then maybe we get a better building over here in the Garment District. Maybe another building will open up and we'll be able to do it then. So we'll do Murray Hill, and we'll do this building this one right here. I want a smaller scale place because I don't think I can sell as much here, right? So we're going to go with a 40 traffic index, and we're going to say 40 customer capacity. There's got to be a 50 building. I want a 50 building. 50 is like the best, all right? Just give me a building that has 50 capacity. It's not going to be these little ones. It's probably a building that I just don't... That's not for rent, right? There's already people there. This is not bad. I mean, I know it's 75, but this 50 traffic index is pretty good. I think we maybe hit that one. I feel like I should probably do this one. It's cheaper than Midtown too. The rent is actually quite modest. And then we know we can max out. All right, go on then. So we're gonna do this. We will designate this as a clothing store immediately, and we'll go in and we will say, actually, I think it's the gifts that were in higher demand, right? It doesn't matter. We're gonna sell everything. So whatever. We're gonna say this is priorities, Midtown, all right? And it's just gonna be called priorities Midtown. Now, what I'd like to do with this, I want there to be a way, and there's no way to do this without just custom logos, but I want there to be a way for me to sort of differentiate between these two things. So because the business name is already in use, you can't just have everything be priorities again. So you have to differentiate a little bit. And so how I was doing that is just by saying Midtown. And that's how I was doing it. But again, it doesn't look very good, right? I want custom logos. If anybody out there is making logos, I've had a couple people submit already, and I'm kind of looking for... Most of the logos actually are out of date just because the names have changed. So make sure we've already changed the name to whatever it is you're doing, whatever you're gonna get. Make sure we've already changed the name. And actually, I want the logo to be this color. The background was this. Was it this? I think this is what we had for our color scheme before. Anyways, we need to set this store up, and we need people to work there, of course. So it's the same exact sort of workflow as before. I need people, and I need like all the stuff in there. So it is 1:36 in the morning. That means we don't have to pay, double the rent. Don't do it right before midnight, because then you're going to pay that day's rent, and then you're going to get charged again. Not that it matters when you're making this much money, but it's still going to happen. So we don't have any more warnings about coffee or cigars or anything. So that means that we're fully in stock at the other store. Fantastic. All right. So what we need to do today, and again, I'm going to kind of skip some of this stuff. You guys have seen this stuff before. I don't want to show you guys the same thing over and over and over again. So, I mean, I'm kind of, gonna do some things off camera here and just have it go and have it work. And one of those things is setting up this new store and really just delivering as much stuff to it as possible. So I'm going to let a couple of days in-game pass. I'm going to play it for a little bit so I can fully stock that store and get it rocking and rolling. And then when I come back, or when we pick back up after the cut here, we should have most of that store set up. As far as employees go, I've had these guys already recruiting and looking for candidates for customer service. There are 9 of them in this pool. So I'm already ready to go here. And Annabelle Moss says that she is not happy. Probably because she's not assigned. Oh, I didn't go in and give her contract. So she's probably like sitting there on her thumbs going, I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, I don't feel like I'm not fulfilled in my life. That's probably what she's saying. Satisfaction, 5%. Oh, I don't have the stump office chair. Well, I mean, you're very replaceable anyway. But I'll look to get that chair too. So give me a second, and when we come back, we'll have a whole bunch of stuff done. I'll be right back. All right, it's the morning, day 160. It's a Saturday, and we're waking up 9:30 a.m. after being up all night. Fully rested, fully fed, everything's good. And now it's all about going through... Whoa, it looks like Priorities is running out of expensive... Interesting. They're selling a lot of expensive gifts, I guess. Real quick, let's go to logistics. And I had no idea you guys were going to sell that many expensive gifts. So we'll say that instead of... Yeah, we'll have 800 in stock, I suppose. We got to be careful using too much space on the shelves, though, there. I mean... There's a lot of stuff being used there. All right, so over here we just got a shipment. It's very important that we unload that shipment and get it off the street as quickly as possible, because we're actually getting a shipment at 2 o'clock, then at 10 a.m. the next day, then at 2 the next day, and then at 10 a.m. the next day after that. So we're just going to constantly be basically hitting this stack as fast as we can to get stuff off the street so that the next load can be delivered to us. So we'll go clothing racks like this. Let's prop it in. We have lots and lots of stuff delivered here, but I haven't set it up already. I'm just going to kind of get the stuff in here as best as I can. This flatbed, I'm going to use it for some things here. So let's grab this hand truck, and then we're going to transfer things to this hand truck and then just set it over here. That's fine. And then we'll go ahead and grab this. There we go, and pop some storage shelves in here. Let's go ahead and offload some of these, because while other stuff is getting delivered, I'm going to set up a couple of the machines, a couple of the the pieces of equipment that we're going to need, and I'm going to set that up just so that I can get logistics and stuff to start delivering product to these shelves, and that way I don't have to wait for, I can open it up whenever I want, kind of thing. So let's just get the shelves going right about... That's probably fine, but we'll unload one more just because. And it can go over here on the side, maybe like this. That's fine. All right, stack of shopping baskets. We'll just place those over here so that the store stops yelling at me. I don't want to just cross that stuff off the list, and we'll take the flatbed out. So this right here, unloading things and, moving product from the street and all that stuff. This is my life for a little bit here, so that I can get the rest of this stuff set up in this store the way it's supposed to be. You can see we made $500,000 yesterday, so excellent profits. Priorities is now back up to being nearly $500,000 all by itself every day. It really puts Grill Me Slowly to shame. Prior Convictions is doing quite well too, now that we have more lawyers in. That's been fantastic. I do need to make a phone call on that, actually, because I need more lawyers. So I need to be like, hey, Prior Convictions, we need more lawyers. Give me 10 of them today. Go. So I'll start with, trying to get that place taken care of as well. All right, so I've got a lot of stuff set up here. There's still some, actually a lot of boxes still, these different hand carts and everything. Again, we have multiple deliveries coming and stuff, so I'm just going to keep cranking at it. But because I've got these things kind of set up and they are designated into what they're supposed to be, because of that, I can go in and see kind of what my progress is. Obviously, we still have a 10 capacity, but we have wine in the store. We're going to have all the different kinds of clothing is going to be in the store. Of course, expensive and cheap jewelry. And because I've got these things, I can go into my logistics manager. I can add Priorities Midtown to the list, and up comes everything that's eligible for the place. And so what I would love, I can't have it, and that's fine. It's just like a copy paste tool. But pretty much 1,000 of every type of clothing is selected here as being in stock. And then we kind of just go down the list and keeping everything is whatever it is. So for cheap gifts, I can say I want 800 in here, for example. Expensive gifts, I can say I want 800 in here. Paper bags, let's keep, 3,500 in here. Bottles of wine, let's keep 1,000. Expensive jewelry, we'll keep, let's say 600. Cheap jewelry, we'll kick like 600. The demand and stuff isn't as big as Midtown, but we'll just keep stuff in stock. It's fine. There's no theft in the game yet anyway. For all the clothes, we'll just go down the list and make sure all of them are at 1,000. Here we go. And then, so what this means is, as I'm unloading things and as I'm configuring things, right, they're going to deliver things to our shelves. And I've got a bunch of shelves in stock here ready to go. Like, not as much as probably I need, but we're going to have a lot of stuff. And that means they will automatically get placed on the shelves too, if I have employees in here, which I don't. But everything will just get filled. And then I can more easily see what I'm dealing with at that point. Real quick, though, we will need to increase what we're purchasing to combat this. So we do have... our purchasing agent's only keeping 1,200 and 800 in our warehouse here. That's not going to be enough anymore. So now we're going to say we want 2,000 expensive jewelry. And we also, for cheap jewelry, let's keep this at, let's say, 2,500. Okay, so I don't know why I'm keeping 10,000 cigars. That's a lot of cigars. It's 900 per shelf, so I guess that's why. Bottles of wine, let's keep 3,000 in stock. Expensive flowers, we're gonna start selling flowers here too, so let's just double these numbers. Pretty much every number just needs to be doubled here. Let's, we can go a little bit different here. Let's do 2,800 and 2,500 on those, right? So that's that order, right? And we can go to Bluestone. All the clothing needs to be changed. So we'll go, actually, let's just go 9,000 in stock here for these. And we can probably just kind of, it's actually easier just to highlight all of it and maybe use my other keyboard. Here it is. Yeah, here it goes. The benefits of not having a 10 keyless all the time. And then Animal doesn't actually have a contract. So I need to call Jet Cargo Imports and set up a contract with her. So frozen food is the only thing we're really not bringing in. And then, like, we're going to sell coffee, but it's not installed yet. So yeah, so now my purchasing agents should be bringing in a lot of stuff, and we should see this number drop substantially once that purchase happens, because it's kind of nuts. To keep things in check, I'm doing one rack at a time and like looking at what it is and just sort of making it match. And so I'm trying to put them next to each other, actually. And then what I can do is when I have them all next to each other and they're all exactly the same thing, it gives me a visual indication in that sense of what's here. And I need to go to the right because that's where the pop-up is. Or like this, and then like that, and then one more time over on this side. This clothing rack can go like that. There we go. And see how everything is now in stock? I can see them physically on the shelves because I'm in the store. And so anything we actually received will go in now. So jewelry got in here, right? We just spent a ton of money. We made $647,000 of profit yesterday, and my stores, shelves, whatever you want to call them, are pretty full. I'm going to need even more if I want to stock things, right? So I didn't get my female clothing and stuff. That didn't get delivered, but all the male stuff did. It looks like, yeah, my entire men's department got delivered so far anyway. Obviously, I don't have enough racks. But that's something I need to work on, so I need to do that. So I need to go home now, or at least my character does, need to go home now and get some rest. But this is like I said, this is my life for the next probably 3 or 4 in-game days. Just setting up this store, and it's going to be the main store that we have in this side of things too. And I think if you set this up correctly, well, okay, correctly, not correctly, but if you set this up in a good way, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Hang on. Oh, so sometimes the handbrake works and sometimes it doesn't, because I have mine rebound to control, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the reason for doing that, actually, the default controls for driving, if you go down and look at handbrake, oh, it's shift. No wonder it's not working. The default controls have pause and handbrake both as space. So every time you try to handbrake, you're gonna pause it. I don't know why I did that. So you should rebind it. Maybe it should just be rebound by default. Wink, wink. Anyways, yeah, so I'll keep cranking on that, and I'll show you what the store looks like when I'm nearly done. I'll be right back. All right, the store is done enough now to where we could start selling things at a pretty good volume, I think. So I've gone ahead and I've hired 6 of the 8 people that, you know, Anderson found for me. And I'm actually going to go ahead. Oh, I need to unassign them from the businesses. You know what? Let's just let HR do it. It's fine, because I'd like this to get started pretty quickly here. So what we're going to do is I have to make sure, dot my I's and cross my T's and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and open up on Wednesday. It's late in the day on Tuesday right now. We're going to open up on Wednesday, day 164. And there's one thing I forgot to... No, I didn't. No, it's in stock. Never mind. I thought I forgot to put paper bags in, but I did not. So I want to show you what we've got so far. The store is going to look fairly similar to the previous one. Stuff is not in its positions yet, not completely anyway. But for the most part, we're pretty good here. So let me just go ahead and auto park this. And let's go ahead and take a look at our vehicle storage. And I do not have... Okay, I don't have the big cart. So that must be in here. Yep. Okay, so we want to go in, and you can kind of see how I'm laying out the clothes. And that's mostly as an indication for me, so I know what I've got at a glance. So these are going to be the flowers and stuff, and we're going to set those up. We got those racks for flowers. We don't actually have everything we need for flowers. There are still some that are a little bit out of place. And actually, I've got so many of these rounded things as cheap gifts, and they're not supposed to be. What they're supposed to be, or what we're supposed to have for cheap gifts, are the other little stations, the little pallets. And that's actually what I'm going to be putting in the building now. It should have just got delivered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be modern. I have to go all the way over here to do it. Yep. Modern, expensive, and put that back. There we go. We're not going to have full capacity, so there's a lot of stuff yet to do, right? Got some extra wine shelves here, and I actually think I ordered too many wine shelves. I have to double check that, but I think I did. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Is it? Yeah, they do kind of access it on the other side, sort of, don't they? So we'll space these out a little bit more. And I'll probably just end up doing... I don't know. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna end up looking at the other store and just mimicking its layout, right? This is kind of what brands do, right? If you have multiple locations, we want there to be a consistent experience. If someone comes to our store, we want there to be a consistent presentation, a consistent experience between stores, so that they don't feel lost. They feel like they're coming to the store that they already know and trust, right? That kind of thing. I need more storage shelves for sure. Whoops. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Need more storage shelves. So let's just take this to the back. But you can see we've got 5 things for... we got 5 things for the jewelry right here. We're going to have all the wine we need. We're going to have more than enough gifts and stuff in here. We got most of our clothing. There's a little bit here that I need to put in, but we've got more clothing racks coming in right now. And so I'll have those racks, and then I just have to keep adding storage because there's lots of times where there's just things are not getting put into stock because there's not enough storage for it in here, and I can't have everybody deliver everything they need to deliver. So that's the thing I've been doing here. But we're ready to open tomorrow, and so that's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to send our new employees that we just got, and they are going to go in and order and open up tomorrow. So I want to go in and say like this. Priorities Midtown, right? Our capacity is going to be 20 for now, but that's just because of the modern cheap mail clothing. All of the clothing is going to be set before we open. So our new limitation is going to be 40 on the first day. Nope, because we're going to have the bottles of wine shelf too. So we'll be at full capacity tomorrow. Cool. We won't have every product, right? Because we don't have the flowers and stuff yet, but we're going to be pretty close. And actually, cigar shelves, I believe, just got delivered too. So I should be able to get cigars in here too, I think. As long as we have enough storage to import that, because that's the big limitation right now is storage for that. And we'll get the wine shelf to be there, and one more wine shelf over like so. And you can see they're instantly in stock on the shelves, ready to go, right? That's what I'm hoping for. We need to do that because otherwise there's not enough like room in the stock room to actually bring in everything we need to bring in. 2 more wine shelves I think is all I need. And then the product panels are what I need to install for the cheap gifts. So we should be max capacity on the cheap gifts now too. The product panels, right, they go here. We need to get the plants and stuff to kind of get them to, you know, to be in the right positions here. It's back one, right? No, I think it's here actually. Yeah, right there, and then right here. Yep, and then right here. And of course, I still have to do the flooring and all that stuff too. But that stuff, I don't need to show you guys like every single tiny thing, do I? You guys have already seen this before. We want this to be cheap gifts. Yep, and we need these that are cheap. I want them to be switched to expensive, and that way the cheap gifts will then get loaded into the product panels. Hopefully, that's what I was hoping for. Anyway, it doesn't look like they are, but I think that's okay because they'll get sent here and it'll be fine. One more product panel goes there. So that takes care of the 3 lines product panels. Let's get the separators. I guess I'll flip these around like that. And then interior designer, we'll go ahead and do the custom queue. You queue this direction. You are going to queue this direction. And you are going to queue this direction. And then we will... you know, do decorating and stuff too. I actually don't have, you know, consistency with the colors and everything yet, but I'm going to look at the other store and copy that layout between videos. So you guys will be able to hopefully see that. I have 4 extra wine shelves. I over-ordered. And this happens, you know, you over-order things, you know, whoopsie. No, I have 2 extras. Sorry, I needed 8 to make my wine section, and so now I have 8 in place right here. Yes, in place right there. Okay, good. So, and actually it looks like I am short clothing racks. That's not what I thought I was short, but it looks like I'm short clothing racks. So what I might want to do is take one of these away and bring it over here, because this is the limitation right now is these 20, right? So what I might want to do is just say modern cheap, and switch this one to modern cheap. Where is it? Right here, modern cheap male. And so I probably want to just equalize these out, you know, and then I'll sort them out and get them all looking in the right positions and everything too. But it's important that our store is ready to go, at least in higher capacity. So I'll probably move some of the clothing that's like really good, like classic expensives. I'll move those into the classic cheap and modern cheap, just to get our capacity to 60. I think that's probably a good thing to start out with. I don't even know if we're even going to get to that. You know, the other store has been getting to 45 to 50 at the very highest, and that's with maxed out marketing. So I do not expect to getting that high, but we are going to do marketing for this stuff too. I simply can't call them until tomorrow, but yeah. So anyway, we're going to open on Wednesdays. We're going to open on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to open all these days, all right? And what I want to do is, let's say we're open from 7 to 8. This is what we'll do to start. And then I'll just say autofill. And so now all of our employees will be autofilled in here. They all, I think everyone except one wanted to be full-time. So, nope, everybody that I hired was full-time. Okay, good. We don't have any problems there. And there's these little tiny bits of time, right, that they can't work or that they, you know, they could come in. So make sure that we also have somebody on cleaning as well on various different days. We'll make sure that thing, you know, Beatrice, let's say Ben comes in and cleans for an hour on this day, that kind of thing. So we'll fine tune this to where there's always somebody cleaning the place up too. Like that, yeah. And then Jonathan works everybody works this day. That's kind of cool. How about Victor? You can come in. No, Stephanie, you can come in. Come on, let me do it. It's because of I see. Okay, Marcus, I want you to do this, and then I want you to do that. You're gonna clean at the end of your shift. That's fine. And then on this one, we can say Beatrice comes in again. No, how about Jonathan this time? Jonathan can come in and you'll do an hour of cleaning on this day. So we have a cleaner every single day now. Nope, Mondays and Tuesdays. Marcus, you can come in on this day and clean. And then Tuesday, Victor can come in and clean. All right, we have a cleaner on every single day now. And we should be ready to rock. Let's check out inventory really quickly. Pretty much everything is good. We got... yeah, stock count here, excellent. So the expensive jewelry, I'm not sure what we're selling this for, to be honest. So we'll just go 2,000. For the cheap jewelry here, let's just go to 300. I mean, it's probably not going to sell. Let's maybe dial it back, 240. This one here, we'll dial this back to 8. Let's go 1,800. Nah, if we could sell it for $2,000, let's just do it. Classic male clothing, I don't know. Let's bump this up to, what was it, $70 on the other store, I think. This one can be 70. That's fine. This one, I guess, is 72. Just go $10 markup on everything, I guess. So 72. This one is 127. So we can go up maybe to like 150. 132. Let's go up to like 155, I guess. I don't know. Expensive gifts. Pop that to 65. 60. Let's see if they buy that. We're in a different market, right? So I don't know about the demands are okay. They're decent for all of these products, but not every product. So some of these we're not going to be able to get away with pricing them really high, but that's okay because we're not really in like dire straits to, need to sell them anyway. Like if we don't sell them, then they sit on the shelf for a little bit. That's okay with me in this game. In real world, that would suck, but in this game, that's completely fine. Let's do $30 for the wine, and then the modern cheap male clothing, we'll bump that up to, let's say, $72. $70. All right. So that's going to be our markups on that stuff for now. We're looking pretty good here, I think. I think everything is okay. And actually, we could bring the flowers in. We could bring flowers in. If I went to flowers and I said expensive flowers here, let's do expensive flowers here. Let's do the cheap flowers there and the cheap flowers there. And then come over to this side. And we take the cheap gifts away from this. Make that cheap flowers instead. Make this one be the... I have to rotate the camera. Here we go. Make this expensive flowers. Yep, expensive flowers here too. And then these ones are cheap flowers. There should be cheap flowers. Okay, so we do the flowers like that. If we take care of that, our still at 30 capacity, which I think is fine. I want to check the flowers though. So we are expensive flowers and cheap flowers both need one more shelf. And how about cheap gifts? Okay, we're way over on cheap gifts. So basically anywhere where it's cheap gift here, like this right here, this can go. Let's turn it into cheap flowers instead. And we'll put that on that side. Expensive gifts are there. Cheap gifts. We're going to remove you and make you expensive flowers. And we can have expensive flowers be like, let's say that. And then the cheap flowers on this side will come over and be like that. Then we can go into our warehouses. Nope, sorry, Char Inc. Logistics manager, you are going to deliver flowers now. And we want to have, let's say, 1,000 of each. Let's just... expensive flower boxes actually are smaller and stuff, so why don't we do 700 here on the expensive flowers? And then the purchasing agent needs to compensate for the fact that we're going to be drawing more out. I think 4,000 is probably too low. So let's make sure we have like 6K of each one in the warehouse for the purchasing order too. And that should take care of flowers. All right, good. So that's it. We'll open tomorrow and we'll see how much profit we make. But I'm going to let that part of this adventure be suspenseful for you, all right? So I'm going to keep you in suspense about that. We're going to get the cigar shelf on there too, so I can bring cigars in. I got the extra clothing rack I can bring in too. So all that stuff's going to get sorted out, and I'm going to sort everything out here and probably decorate the floor to be similar to the other place too. That's going to happen between videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I do appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day. When we come back for the next one, we'll see how well Priorities Midtown is doing and whether or not we're making way over $1 million a day afterwards. Take care. Bye-bye.